feeling the Dark Academia vibes, it seems. He's not a hero. I don't even think he's really an anti-hero. I think he's just a bad man. And now I'm going to become a Jane Austen stan. So stay tuned for that, I guess. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you will know that over the last weekend I took a very lovely trip with my friend Lucy to Bath, which is a city I'd lived in for 3 years when I was in uni, and I haven't been back in a couple of years now, and she had never been, and it's just the loveliest city, and I couldn't wait to go back and explore some bookshops. Which is why I ended up coming home with a stack of 8 books. Which, you know, carting all that home on the train wasn't necessarily the best move, but it's fine. I have a lot of new lovely and exciting books now that I can't wait to read, and I know I only posted a birthday book haul last month, but yeah, I'm back again. I'm sorry, I have a problem, and if you don't like hauls then I'm really sorry, but if you do, you're in luck. So I went to Waterstones, I went to a couple of indie bookshops, and I'm going to talk about them now. So the first shop that we went to was Waterstones, which was on our first full day, and we just wanted to have a little look around, didn't plan on buying too much. We were waiting for some of the other shops to open, so we were in Waterstones, and I did pick up 2 books. What I picked up was The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan, which is book 3 in the Wheel of Time. If you've been keeping up with me, you will know that I started The Wheel of Time with Lucy actually back last month, and I'm now on book 2, and I'm really enjoying it, but I want to collect all the physical books, which is really expensive, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm kind of buying them as I go, and so that I have the 3rd one now, so I have books 1, 2 and 3, and they just all look lovely, all lined up. They had them all lined up next to each other in Waterstones, and got me very excited because, oh, it's just be very satisfying. There's a full shelf. Yeah, I don't exactly know where I'm going to have room for that on my shelf, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. But I'm really, really very excited for this because like I said, I'm on book 2, I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to carry on. The second book that I picked up in Waterstones was The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is a book that I'm sure everyone knows about, everyone's heard of, I see it all the time, and I know this is a dark academia classic, I feel like. I really don't know too much about it plot-wise, but I know a lot of people love it, I know a lot of people also hate it. I think it's a little bit rich people problems, kind of thing, which isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I do kind of just like it, so I'm actually really excited about this. And also it's like kind of floppy, the cover's like rubbery, I don't know, it's just a very nice looking book, and I've been quite interested in dark academia of late anyway. I read If We Were Villains a couple of months ago and I really enjoyed that. I really want to read the Dark Academia These Violent Delights by Micah Nemereva, I think is how you say their name, I'm not quite sure, but I really want to read that, and I'm feeling the Dark Academia vibes, it seems, so I'm really excited for this. So the next bookshop that we visited was Toppings Books, and it was just beautiful. It was like the kind of shop that has like shelves a mile high with ladders that wheel across the shelves, and it was just, oh, I could have spent all day in there, to be perfectly honest with you, and I was deciding between 2 books, one of which was the hardcover of Exhalation by Ted Chiang, which I just love that book so much. I don't have a physical copy and I would love one, but I was like, no, I'd rather get something I haven't read yet and maybe get the hardcover for that down the line. So what I ended up buying was The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, which I haven't actually read a John Gwynne book yet. I have the Faithful and the Fallen series on my TBR, but I haven't read it yet, and this just recently came out, and I've heard good things about it. I've seen a couple of, I know Sarah, my friend Sarah, did not like it, but I also know a lot of people who did like it, so I'm not quite sure which side of that I'm going to fall on, but as I said, I've never read a John Gwynne book before. I've heard great things, and it's just a really nice looking book. Like, look at that dragon, it's just lovely, just absolutely lovely. And oh, it's little, I've seen this cover so many times, and I saw the dragon. I never saw the little man or woman, little person at the bottom, and I'm really just very excited about this as well. But yeah, if you have read it, please do let me know your thoughts, because I've heard conflicting things, but I am quite excited, and it is a very, very nice book, so I'm very happy with this. Also, I'm really sorry the light keeps changing. I don't know how it looks right now. The weather right now is like bright blue skies, then really, really grey clouds right now, and it just keeps changing, and it's just no good time to film, pretty much. So I'm really sorry about that if that's annoying you. So the next shop that we went to was a small independent shop in Bath, which is called Persephone Books, which I believe hasn't long opened in Bath, and it's just the most amazing bookshop. I've just never been in a bookshop quite like it before, because they are an indie publishing company as well. They publish all the books themselves, all the books match, which I will show you because I bought 3, and they all there's just something really special about the company as a whole, and I just really cannot recommend them enough. So from my understanding, Persephone Books is a publisher that specialises in kind of books that have been lost to history and not quite given their moment in the spotlight before where they deserve to, and most of them are written by women, and it's just the best. It's so lovely. And to be honest with you, most of the books in there I'm not quite sure I know for a fact I would never have given a second glance before, but kind of knowing the story behind them and the stories not quite having the chance to shine really just made me want to find something that I know I would love and would never have seen before. And it's just really something really special about it. So what I have is 3 books from them, which, as I said, all match beautifully. They're all this really lovely just grey colour, and they all match. They're all numbered because I think they have 139 titles right now, which I would imagine would expand, and it's just wonderful. So you kind of go in, everything's there, everything's in numerical order. There's like a little this is really crumpled from transit, a little magazine catalogue, which has like a catalogue at the end of all their titles, numbers and descriptions. So I picked up 3. So the first one that I picked up was number 53, and it's called Lady Rose and Mrs. Memory by Ruby Ferguson, and it's quite small. And this one, the description says, a 1937 novel about Lady Rose who inherits a great house, marries well, and then meets the love of her life on a park bench. A great favourite of the Queen Mother. So a little bit of a romance it sounds like, and I'm very excited. Oh, I forgot the best part. Right, okay. I say the best part, there are so many good things about this shop that I cannot stop just like screaming about. As I said, these are kind of indie published, and the inside covers of each book are different. They all have like a lovely inside page with a little pattern, but each book also comes with their own bookmark that matches the inside cover, inside pages, which is it's such a small thing, but it's so amazing that every single one has one that's just for that book, and they all have kind of an excerpt on the back from this book as well, and I just love that so much. And just the best shop. We actually went back twice, so we went there the first time, we picked up a few books, and you also there's just so many things. I don't have the bag with me right now, but when you buy books in there, you get a tote bag free. You don't get kind of like a paper carrier bag, you get a tote bag, and it's huge. It's like a massive tote bag, thick, just like the nicest quality tote bag that you would probably spend about £15-20 on anywhere else, and you get it free when you buy the books. And the books are 3 for £33. So we bought 3 the first time, and we ended up going back like later on in the afternoon on the same day and picking up another 3. So we really did love this shop a lot, and that's the first book that I got. So the second one I got was number 71, called The Shuttle by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and this one is quite chunky, I'm not gonna lie. And this one says, a 1907 page-turner about an American heiress married to an English aristocrat whose beautiful and enterprising sister sets out to rescue her. So the synopses are kind of vague, but I kind of like that because I don't know what to expect. They're all very outside my usual comfort zone of reading, and that just kind of excites me because, as I said, I never would have heard of these books before, I never would have seen these books before, and I'm really happy to be able to give them a chance. And the inside cover of this one is like all flowery, and of course the matching bookmark as well. And I'm just so excited. And the final one that I got from Persephone Books was number 129, called The Call by Edith Ayton Zangwill. And I remember being particularly excited about this one, and this was the first one I picked up when we went back after looking in the catalogue, because the synopsis is a 1924 novel about a young woman scientist based on Hertha Ayton, who gives up her work for the cause, i.e. to be a suffragette. And if you don't know, I am in fact a woman in STEM. I have a degree in biomedical science. I love science, I've always loved science, and this kind of combines my love of STEM and feminism and my interest in the suffragettes and historical feminism, and I'm just really, really excited about this one in particular. So yeah, this one I'm so excited, and this one, of course, the inside cover is different with the matching bookmark. Again, some more flowers, and honestly I really just can't recommend Persephone Books enough. The lady who was working in the shop was just so friendly, so nice. The shop is beautiful. I'll put up some pictures as well because it's just stunning, and they do actually take orders online as well, and they have a subscription service. They have like a bunch of options, and I really, really, really do recommend checking them out because they're books you'll just never see anywhere else, you're more than likely. So it's just nice to see something a little bit different rather than the same books we see over and over and over again, and give something new a try. So down to the last two books. The first one I got from our visit to the Jane Austen Centre in Bath. So this was something that I was excited about, but I wasn't, oh my god, we have to go to the Jane Austen Centre, because I have never read a Jane Austen book. Like, I just haven't. I've been close to being interested a few times, but I've never quite been like, I need to read this now. However, I am now very inspired to read everything Jane Austen has ever written. Like, this centre in Bath is absolutely amazing. Again, I can't recommend it enough, because even as somebody who previously had no interest in reading her books really, had never read any, didn't know anything about her, it was so much fun. And again, all the staff in there were so incredible, so friendly. We just sat there chatting to them all for like 40 minutes afterwards, and it was just so much fun, because they all dress up in the kind of Regency outfits. They give you a little tour. You can go through and look at some of the things yourself. They have like dress up. They have a waxwork of Jane Austen. They have a Mr. Darcy you can pose with. It was just honestly so much fun. Not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting kind of just a look around and then leave. Oh, it was absolutely incredible. Like, I can't recommend it enough. Again, like, you just have to go. Again, even if you're not particularly interested in Jane Austen's works or haven't been up until now. So much fun, and again, the people are worth it, because they were all so nice. And from the gift shop, I bought myself a copy of Pride and Prejudice. This is potentially now the most beautiful book I own. It's so pretty. It has shiny silver metallic edges. I have never had a book with metallic edges in my life, and I feel so fancy. And it's like a really heavy, good quality hardback. I believe this is the Chiltern special edition, I believe, because they had one for every one of her published books. Oh, and the temptation to buy all of them. It would have been so expensive, it would have been like £100, and I couldn't do that. But I did buy my first Jane Austen, which I'm so excited about, because I feel like this visit was kind of the push I needed to get into some more classics finally. And this book, what better place to start than with a book this beautiful? It's like bumpy, it's just stunning, and if I do read this and I do enjoy it, then perhaps I will pick up the others, because they were so pretty. I cannot tell you how pretty they are. If you have access to buy them, I strongly recommend you do, because they are just Oh, it's just so pretty. This is my favourite book ever. I love it. And now I'm going to become a Jane Austen stan. So stay tuned for that, I guess. And then the final book was a bit of a impulse buy, I guess, because it was our final day. We were just kind of killing time until we had to catch the trains, and we went back to Waterstones. We sat in the cafe and I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy a book. And I bought this mainly for Alex because he has read this book, he really likes it, he doesn't have a physical copy, but also that's kind of an excuse because I really want to read the book and I really want to also have access to the physical books. And that is Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. Alex, if you're watching this is for you, boo. But also low-key for me. I'm really excited about this. I read Mark Lawrence's Book of the Ancestor trilogy back in February, March-ish. Really, really enjoyed it. And I know this one is his most grimdark of grimdark books. I know this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I've heard things, but I've also heard it's absolutely incredible. And I think this is actually his debut as well. And it's just really, really flippin' dark. The main character is just, you know, he's not a hero. I don't even think he's really an anti-hero. I think he's just a bad man. I actually started this on the train home because, as I said, I'm actually reading Wheel of Time, Book 2, The Great Hunt right now, but I couldn't reach it in my bag on the way home, and this was on top, and I was like, I'm just going to start it. And I got, like, quite a few chapters in, and I can confirm, I can just see how this will just not be for everyone. There are some bad things that this young boy, he's like 13, has done already. But I'm also so excited because just the vibes are immaculate, and I love a good dark book. I just really like it. I don't know. I enjoy things that are just, I enjoy a main character that isn't a good person. I just like it. It's just so much more interesting, and like, there's so many books that I've read and can read and will read with a hero main character, but every now and again it's just nice to just read something where you're like, oh my god, you are awful, just the worst person, but then also you're low-key like want to see what else they do. So I'm really, really excited about this as well. And that is all the books that I got, all 8 books that I carted 2.5 hours home from the train, and now I'm paying the price with my shoulder. But yeah, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go check out some of the shops and places that I mentioned if you are ever in Bath. I really do recommend checking out all these places. It was just the best trip, and thank you to Lucy for coming with me. It was the best time. I miss her already. It was just the best, and I'm already so sad that it's over, and I can't wait to go back. Frankly, it's just, Bath is my favourite place in the world, and if you haven't been, you should. You definitely should. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked seeing all the books that I bought. If you have read any of them, please do let me know your thoughts. Which ones I should get to first, which ones I should prioritise. And yeah, so thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.